Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to make the image out of text, and I just realized I'm in CS6, but the layout's a little bit different, but all the commands are going to be the same, so I'm not going to switch over. First thing you want to do is right click on your layer and duplicate it, just in case you mess up, so you'll have your layer original. Then go up to Image, Adjustments, and go to Threshold, and this is what turns it into a high contrast black and white image. And you'll want to kind of play with your levels a little bit to make sure your image is recognizable. So I lose most of her hair, but I still kind of like it right about there. So I'm going to hit OK. And then this is also where you'd want to go ahead and crop it to the size you want it. So I'm going to crop mine so it's almost a square. Now we're going to kind of forget about this for a minute and we're going to play with the text. So I'm going to go over to the text tool right here and draw it over my whole image. I'm going to switch my writing. I kind of actually like to do this like in a red when I'm just doing this so I can see it, because if you do it black or white, there's going to be parts where you can't see. And I'm going to bump my size up so I can actually read it. So there's my cursor right there, and you can still see it's pretty small. You want to pick a font that's kind of thick, and while I guess it's actually good, I'm in CS6, I'm going to show you a couple good ones, because you guys don't, in the 7.0, you don't get to see the samples here. So this is good, the Bernard, you should have that. Black Oak looks like a pretty good one. Broadway looks like a pretty good one. Let's see what else looks pretty good. Copper, or Cooper. Let's see. I know Elephant's a good one to use for this. So it's just, you want a thicker, you don't want to be using these thin things, because as you saw on Friday, it does take a lot to fill in the gaps. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Elephant because I know 100% sure you guys have that too. And this is where you would type your font. Type your words. You can type a few words and then copy and paste them. You could type in song lyrics. This is my daughter, so, and one of our little things is "You are my sunshine," so I'm going to put "You are my sunshine." And then I'm going to go ahead and copy this over and over and over and over again. So I'm going to hit Control C, and then Control V, and let it catch up a little bit. Now I'm actually going to stop there because it'd take a few minutes to do what I was doing. So you can recopy it. Got smart after doing this a few times. And then copy that one a few times. And then you should have your image covered. Now at this point, there's still some pretty big gaps in here. So what I think I'm going to do is shrink this down. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my text, highlight everything. I did that by double clicking in the T, and I am going to go ahead and turn it black. So I'm going to go down, grab my black, hit OK. Now I'm going to do that step where we turn our font. I have to be 100% sure this is what's going to work for me. I'm not going to be trying to retype anything. So yes, I'm good. This is the trick. Right now we are a text kind of thing over here. I want to turn it into an image so I can manipulate it. So I'm going to right click and you get the rasterize type. I think it's more at the bottom for you guys. Rasterize type, and that turns it into a picture kind of thing is the way to think about it. So now I'm going to shrink this down kind of small. Really small. And then I'm going to work on duplicating it. Oops. Really, there's nothing right here, but I'm still going to put it there. And then every time I do this, because again, it's like the copy and pasting earlier, I'm on the top layer. If I press Control E, that means to merge down, so it merges these two layers. And then I can duplicate it again. If I don't actually grab something, it grabs the back layer, so it's hard to, there it goes. So I'll put that there. And I'm going to do a Control E, so it's merged those two layers. And now, because I only have a little bit of space left, I'm actually going to stretch this out just to finish that. And then I will duplicate this again. So it's merge, duplicate, merge, duplicate. This, I'm moving down. And I'm actually going to zoom in to see what's going on right there because I can't really see it. And I don't want there to be a weird gap. Something like that looks fine to me. I'm going to merge those, Control, and now I was on the bottom one though, so if I clicked Control E right now, I'd actually merge these two layers, and I don't want to do that. So you do have to double check that. And actually, I can't scoot that over because I won't be in the black over here. Okay, I click on the top one, Control E, merge down, scoot this up. Not sure what I did there. Duplicate the layer, hit OK. Always keep doing that. Grab this, move it down, line it up. It's kind of a detail thing. I mean, the more time you take to actually write in something meaningful, the cooler this piece is going to be to you. I'm going to merge this one more time, Control E, and if that's confusing to you, the Control, you kind of got to think in Photoshop. I'm dealing with layers over here, so if I go up here and it says layers and click on that, here's options. There's the merge down, and it tells me my shortcut. So that's what I've been doing, is the merge down, Control E. So I'm going to merge that down. So now what I have is a layer that just has font on it, which actually you can't see at all with that, but then I have a layer that has the black and white face, and then I have my original. So now what I need to do is to isolate all of the writing that is in the black, because I want to replace the black with the writing. To do that, it's actually not that hard. You just got to follow your layers and just be careful not to be on the wrong layer at the wrong time. So first I go to my background copy, which is my black and white image. I'll go over to the magic wand, and this allows me to select all of a pixel that's touching it. So every bit of that was kind of touching is now selected. I want to select everything black, so I right click and go to similar. And that should grab everything black in my picture. At this point, I'm done with the black and white picture layer. I'm going to go to the layer that has my writing on it. And the command for this, if I come back over here, I can right click and get it, is layer via copy. But it's also Control J. So I'm going to do layer via copy or Control J. And we're not going to be able to see this very well yet. But now I have a layer that has her face cut out. It took the selection from the black and white layer, I moved it to my text layer, and then I copied it from that. So to kind of see how this looks, I have to get myself a nice white background. So I'm going to go to New Layer down here, little post-it note. It's Layer 2. Go to the paint bucket, switch to white, and I'll paint bucket it in, and it's on top of Layer 1 now. So this is on top, I can't see anything else. I need to click on it and drag it down, and there's my image. So when I look at this now and I'm trying to decide was this successful or not, you know, her eyes are kind of lost. She has kind of raccoon eyes here. So maybe this wasn't the best image to use, and you have to make those choices. You'll get better at it as you kind of start with this, but with how recognizable it is at this point. If I pushed some darker stuff going on in here, maybe it would look better. And this is also where you can come back and start playing with some other layers of things. So if I'm seeing that this didn't work out good, maybe if I add a cool color in there. So what I might do is go back to this layer that Harlow's on, and this is you're done at this point. This is what I want right here. Saved as a JPEG, your image out of text, if you're happy with it. And then if you want some extra credit, you can continue playing with manipulating these layers. So I'm going to go here, and this may not turn out what I'm about to show you. I'm just going to play with it. That's what you do in Photoshop. I'm going to go back to the magic wand, select the black, do the similar, I'm going to make a new layer. Again, my goal right now is I wanted to kind of play with bringing out this stuff more. So it's almost like that portrait out of brushes thing that we did, except I'm just going to paint bucket in a different color. So I'm going to paint bucket, and I'm kind of obsessed with teals and stuff right now. Turquoisey. Ooh, yeah. That color. So I'm going to hit that. I think that's kind of nice. I like this eye better. This one's still kind of crazy looking. That eye looks a lot better now. And I could even play with the opacity of it. Like maybe I don't have it so harsh. And when I zoom in on this, I can read "You Are My Sunshine." I don't really know which one I like better. But you're going to save this as your name, image out of text.